Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our series. Today, we're diving deep into the story of Moses, right after he witnesses an Egyptian beating one of his fellow Hebrews. He strikes the Egyptian, killing him. This moment raises some really important questions. What does this tell us about Moses' heart? And was what he did actually right? Let's first look at Moses' heart. It's clear he had a deep compassion for his people. He saw their suffering, and his heart went out to them. This very compassion is something God would later use to accomplish incredible things through him. He cared for his brethren, even though he was raised in the luxury of Pharaoh's palace. This act shows where his loyalties truly lay. However, just because his heart was in the right place, does that make his action right? The Bible teaches us that right motivation alone isn't enough. We need both the right heart and the right actions for something to be pleasing to God. Think about it. Vigilante justice, for example, might stem from a desire to see wrongs righted, but it bypasses the proper channels of law and order. In this case, murdering the Egyptian was not God's way to solve the problem. Moses, despite his good intentions, wasn't ready to be the leader God called him to be. He still had a lot to learn about God's character and his ways. A good leader must first be a good person, following God's moral standards. Now let's consider the reaction of his own people. The next day, when Moses tries to break up a fight between two Hebrews, one of them throws his actions back in his face, saying, "Are you going to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" Why this hostility? Why didn't they see him as a hero? From their perspective, Moses was an outsider. While they were enduring backbreaking labor, he was living a life of privilege in the palace. They likely saw him as a spoiled, rich kid who was part of the very system that oppressed them. They probably viewed him as a traitor who had it easy while they suffered. His attempt to be a deliverer was met with suspicion and disdain. This put Moses in an impossible position. The Egyptians would never fully accept him because he was a Hebrew, and his own people, the Hebrews, rejected him because he was raised as an Egyptian. He was a man without a people, a man without a home. He was hated by the common people and likely feared by the Egyptian nobility. This rejection and isolation was a critical part of his journey, forcing him to flee and ultimately preparing him for the unique relationship he would have with God in the wilderness. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos. See you next time.